Hello, guys. And if you do love a Reddit story, why not consider hitting that subscribe, maybe that notification bell too. Today our story from the user Throrests, and it is called My 32M Wife 35F Went Out Drinking with Her Male Friend Despite Agreeing Not to Do So. A bit of backstory. We've been married for over 4 years, and when we first started dating, my wife had this male friend with whom she would go out occasionally for a dinner and late-night drinking, just the two of them. We are both different nationalities and live abroad, and my wife met this guy when she first came to our current country of residence, and they became friends based on the fact they are from the same city and country. So they speak the same language and share some interests. Early on in our relationship, I brought up to her that I don't really feel comfortable with her going out with her male friend alone. She would go out with him and get drunk to the point where she would get sick in public or have a terrible hangover the next day, which I felt was getting a little bit too much at that point. When I asked her if she would be okay if I did the same with a female friend of mine, she would jokingly say, "Absolutely not." After having a conversation about this subject, we came to an agreement that she will only go out with him if I'm also invited, and we were both happy with making those boundaries clear. During the next couple of months, we would meet with the guy together once, and that was pretty much it. He eventually went to live in another country after some time, and his name was brought up by my wife maybe once or twice during those last years, and I would always ask her to say hello from me if she got a message from him. Fast forward to 2 days ago. My wife went back to her home country to visit her family and friends. She texted me she will be meeting her old colleagues and the aforementioned guy. Apparently he moved back to his hometown again. I didn't think much of it as I knew we had our agreement in place, and she also mentioned other colleagues, so I was under the impression they are meeting as a group of friends. On the day of meeting, she sent me a photo of her with the guy sitting at some pub and having a late drink, just the two of them. I got pretty agitated initially, but I just texted her to say hello to the guy, and that she looked quite tipsy from the photo. I know my wife well enough to tell when she had something to drink just by looking at her eyes. Later I added that I guess she must be okay with me going out for a drink with my female colleague for a drink then, if she's doing that again with her friend. To which she replied that she's not okay with it because I need a good reason for that, and tired to constantly divert the conversation to a different subject. The next day we started talking, and I told her I don't feel okay with what she did, and that she betrayed my trust. She said she didn't know I would feel that way. She acted surprised like she had no clue to what we had agreed upon back in the day. To prove I'm not a liar, I've sent her screenshots of our messages from when we were still dating, and when I first told her I wasn't totally okay with her nights out with her male friend. She said we need to discuss this properly and that she didn't mean to hurt me. I told her I don't want to argue over the phone, and we will talk when she comes back home, and we haven't spoken since then. Is my reaction inappropriate in this case? I feel really angry and sad at the same time, and I feel like she's not being honest with me, saying she didn't know I would have something against her going out with her male friend for a drink. I always try to encourage my wife to go out with her friends or go traveling with them. She would sometimes go traveling to another country by herself if me or her friends can't join her, and despite being worried about her, I'm trying to be supportive because I know that it's something she loves doing. I never try to control her or limit her freedom. It's just that one thing that makes me uncomfortable, and I felt we were on the same page, but now I lost my confidence in her. Edit. After reading some posts, I just want to make it clear I absolutely don't accuse her of cheating or anything of that sorts. If she wanted to meet with the guy in secret, she could have easily done it, and I would never found out. It's about not respecting the boundaries we both agreed upon entering our relationship and marriage. If she's willing to break one rule, then what guarantee do I have that she won't break another? Also, her being a hypocrite to some degree by doing things she wouldn't want me to do in our relationship, as long as it's a reason she deems valid. Comment 1 from user Graylin. Why is it she doesn't trust you to have a drink with a female colleague, but expects you to trust her completely? There's some skewed trust dynamics there. It seems like neither of you trust the other. It does seem like her poor decision-making around drinking does justify your trust issues somewhat. But justified or not, that's a bad foundation for a relationship. Comment 2 from user Mustang. 1967. They always claim to forget when they get caught, but they knew right away. You need to tell her he is out of her life and locked on everything NC. If she starts to complain, say, okay, you're right, single people can do what they want and start packing a bag, go to friends or hotel. This is total T betrayal, and she didn't care what you thought. Comment 3 from user Manchi90. Any guy comfortable with having a drink with another man's wife late into the night, time and time again, will not have any respect for that relationship. If the wife doesn't, why should he? And such guys are good at playing their roles. Wouldn't be shocked if he says nothing at all has happened between them, even if it's just emotional cheating. She's gaslighting him and living on a different playbook of blind trust that doesn't apply to her husband. While it might be too early to classify her as a cheater, OP needs to assess how his wife has behaved when drunk in the past. Does she get flirty? Does she get emotional? Has she had a history of making some bad decisions when drunk? This will give him the reality he might not want to face. Comment 4 from user Taylor5. Your wife is a walking red flag of risky behaviors. Travels alone, goes on dates with other men, disregards boundaries, lies, deceitful, drinking to excess. Dude, you said you don't worry about her cheating, as she could have hidden it. Send you a photo together and pretending to catch up as friends. But they were going on dates, is a pretty good cover. By the way, you said she met up with him frequently. Then when you arrive, it died down. Does that not flash like a damn neon sign of danger to you? And her sweet and innocent act is fucking bull. She knows that she was caught after you sent screens of the messages, so gaslighting is out. So next best thing is hope she can flutter her eyelashes and make this go away. I'm 36, been with my missus near 15 years, just asked her and she said, your wife sounds deceitful. You expect this behavior from a teenager. No excuse when you're in your 30s. She's not a child, she's a fully grown adult and knows what respect is. Update. Any male if it would mean she's going out to get drunk late at night, just the two of them. You can call me old-fashioned or insecure perhaps, but that's just something I wouldn't do in a relationship, and I thought we found an agreement on that with my wife. Yeah, I'm aware enough to filter most of them, and I'm just looking for some reasonable responses here. I do agree with you on having friends of opposite sex. I have plenty of female friends. We joke around at work, we text each other about different things. But I just wouldn't go out with one of them for a drink alone. My wife and I agreed we won't do things like that, so it's not like I'm trying to give her ultimatum or control her. If she told me from the get-go that that's something she simply does not agree with, then who knows? Maybe we wouldn't be together or married. She never abused alcohol as far as I know. Definitely not with me around. I would say that when she was going out with that male friend was probably the time she was drinking the most. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel. See you again.